Good morning. This is Kasturi Day. Today I'm going to start with the ecosystem according to ICSE syllabus class 8. Okay. So first, if we want to know the ecosystem, we need to know the introduction of the earth. Okay. So the earth is one of the eighth planet in our solar system, which is revolving around the sun, and it is perhaps the only planet in the solar system which has life on it. Okay, it is made up of three layers. First is lithosphere, second is hydrosphere, and the third is atmosphere. Okay, so the lithosphere is the outer solid layer which is the source of minerals and soil, providing nutrients to plants. Then hydrosphere is the second layer, which is consisting of 70% of the earth's surface, and it constitutes the water layer. Okay. Then the third layer, that is the atmospheric layer, which contains all the gases present in the earth, so on the earth's surface rather. For example, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. Now these three spheres, that is the three layers of the earth, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, they constitute the biosphere in which life can exist. Okay. Now next topic is environmental surroundings. Okay. So this biosphere exists in an environment where both the living beings and non-living beings are present, and these two the living beings and non-living beings present in the earth's on the earth's surface, they interact with each other, and they affect life on an organisms. Okay, on the organisms. Okay, everything that is therefore the everything that surrounds life and affects life of an organism forms the environment. These living things interact with one another and their surroundings. Okay, that is therefore the interaction of all the living beings with their physical environment form the ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? The ecosystem is the interaction of the living things with the physical environment. That is the ecosystem. Or you can say that all living things in a given area that interact with each other as well as with the environment, as well as with the non-living component, that is the environment. Okay. Non-living component of the environment, that is the air, water, soil, etc. So the living component interacting with the non-living component forms the ecosystem. Next, there is a continuous, in this interaction between the living and the non-living components, there is a continuous exchange of energy and matter between these living and non-living components in the ecosystem. So the study of this interaction between the organism and the environment forms is known as ecology. Ecology. Logy means study, eco means the study of the environment, the interaction of the environment. So this ecology term is derived from the Greek word known as oikos, which means house, or you can say a place to live in. And this term ecology has been used by a German scientist, Ernest Haeckel, in 1869 for the first time. Okay. Next is, the ecosystem is divided into three main components. Okay. One is biotic component, the abiotic component, and the third one, that is cultural component. Okay, it's another component which affects the environment. Okay, So the first two components is the biotic and the abiotic components. These two are the main components of the ecosystem. Biotic means the component, the factors which are living, and abiotic components are the factors which are these abiotic components are air, water, soil, climatic factors like sunlight, temperature, humidity, wind, etc. Okay. Next is the biotic components. Now, what are the biotic components? Biotic components are of three types. One is producer, second is consumer, and third is decomposers. So, producers are the autotrophs which produce the food, which absorb solar energy. The only component in the ecosystem which absorbs the solar energy. Okay, so directly absorb the solar energy, you should say directly from the sun. So that is producers. These producers are generally green plants. Okay, as you know that green plants, they can manufacture food, okay, by for process of photosynthesis, by absorbing sunlight, okay, in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, and minerals. And they produce what? They produce oxygen. Okay. Then the second one comes the consumers. The consumers are heterotrophs. All animals which cannot make food, they depend on the plants and animals for the food. These are consumers. And decomposers are the nature scavengers. Okay, say they actually they what are they are generally microscopic organisms, and they feed on the dead and decaying plant and animals. Okay, they break down the complex organic compounds into simpler substances, and they release the nutrients back to the environment, which are absorbed by the producers as minerals and nutrients to produce food for the consumers. And also the producers also, they have their own food also, but they generally the major part of the food which is produced by the plant, that is taken by the consumers, the herbivores. Generally these consumers are also again divided into three parts, that is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and some are heterotrophs also, are some are scavengers also. Okay, so mainly three types of heterotrophs are there: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, and the last is scavengers. Okay, so herbivores are generally, they are the primary consumers that depend on plants for the food. Okay, so they, for example, cow, goat, deer, etc. Then carnivores, they are secondary or tertiary consumers. Secondary consumers are those that feed on herbivores. Okay, and the tertiary consumers are those that feed on they feed on the consumers. Sorry, they feed on the carnivores. Okay, those are tertiary consumers. Even some more consumers are there, tertiary carnivores are there, which may be quaternary carnivores. These are also quaternary consumers. They also feed on the these carnivores. So in this way, the food chain, I'll come to this topic later on. Okay, for example, dogs, cats, etc. are the secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers, lions, tigers, etc. Then we come to omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. For example, humans, monkeys, etc. Then the fourth one, that is scavengers. Scavengers are animals that eat dead animals. Okay. And so these are, for example, hyenas, vultures, etc. So let me stop here. I'll discuss the next abiotic and biotic components in detail in the next video. Please go through this. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box, or you can also write in my email ID. And if you like the video, press the like button, or you can also give suggestions if you don't like the video, how to improve my videos, and so that you can like it better and I can produce some more interesting videos for you. And if you are a new viewer to my channel or not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.